So I wanted to share with you what happened when I opened up the kit that was purchased for me by Career and Technical Education, and how I got from a box to something that looked like what I see other people using for their broadcast programs. I opened it up, and inside there was the manual and the DVDs that I probably won't end up using, but I did use the manual. And then here's what the kit looks like inside. I opened up the main camcorder, and then I just kind of very carefully made sure that I kept all the items that were in the box, somewhere reachable so I would know what I was working with. It starts growing and it gets exciting, but then it also becomes very alien, as in, oh my goodness, what did I just get myself into? I'll learn later that those are audio channels, and not quite so intimidating, but I really don't know how to use them yet. Here's the whole box unpacked. Here's the first thing I did to my camcorder. I protected the lens, and that was actually something that the shop that we bought it from gave us as extra to the kit. Here's a picture of that, and then here's my new lens all covered and protected. I think that's very smart. Wouldn't have thought of that on my own. So here's what I have so far. I am going to add that alien thing, the item that holds my microphone and helps me capture audio in a more sophisticated way. I could just use the camcorder, but I like the idea that I'm becoming a big girl. Here's what it's looking like. It just kind of slips in, but then it actually has some screws that I can tighten with a coin, but I can also tighten them with my hands. I can make it tighter with the coin. So it's starting to look like the real deal, but there's also one more part where I can add a more specialized microphone, and this is the part that actually required that I use a screwdriver, which it really, if I can figure it out, I know anybody can figure it out. And here is what my broadcasting equipment is looking like. I kind of feel official, I have to admit. I even tested out where can I put those headphones. It took me a moment to find it, but it was on the inside of the LCD portion, and it said audio out or mic out. And so I tested, wow, I'm actually going to get to monitor my audio with my headphones. And this is just a bigger picture of that. Here also is how you put in the scan drive. So I didn't want to assume that anybody knew how to do that. It's kind of neat. I have a 32 gigabyte scan drive, but in the camera itself, as you notice, I can open up the area where the scan drives come in. It has a little dust cover. And there's two slots. So I just have one scan disk for the moment, or one memory card or storage card, but I have a capacity or a potential for two. So I just wanted to show you where that was for my camera. Then the Photoshop, meaning the store where we bought the equipment, also suggested that I get a card reader. And I thought I knew what a card reader was, but there are card readers that look like USB ports now, or USB cards, which I thought was fascinating. And then there's also a hood cover, which makes perfect sense to me. And again, I wouldn't have predicted a hood cover for the LCD display. And that's what it looks like out of the box. And this is what it looks like when I put it over the LCD display. I haven't quite needed that yet, but I can imagine that that would be something I would need if I was outside to be able to read the LCD display. And then this is the cord that goes from my camcorder to my microphone. And here again is just a picture of that lens cover, picture of the memory card. There's also a remote that comes with the camera. And then what better to almost end with but the part that I have no idea what it goes to. Just one other piece that is something that I would use is something called a Tiki voice recorder. I use it for my screencasts, and it's a USB microphone. It plugs right into a computer or laptop. Definitely something I might use for voiceovers. Here's another picture of that. And you can either plug it right in as a USB, or you can use a cord so that you can stretch it out and talk more near it. So that's kind of our survey of the equipment I'm going to be using. It looks like this when I don't have the microphone in it, and then that clamp will come over, and I still haven't bought a microphone. That's my next step, but it looks like I'm more ready than I ever have been.